Hello everyone, it's Monday, so it's time for market update today. Like usual, I would like to remind you about the 30 days wealth planner and 90 days workbook to follow, but more we'll discuss about it on Monday. Right now, just let me know if you see me, if you hear me. I will share my screen. You can also tell me if you see my screen, which is the US dollar index. If everything is fine, if yes, then
Yes.
let's go. Actually, we didn't have any crazy movements. Last week, end of the week, basically, actually the market went in our direction finally. So let me just update what happened and what is our forecast for the next few days. Actually, let's start from US dollar index. And here I told you that we can have a two scenario here. Scenario number one is about 0, 1, A, B, and the market is on the way to C. Maybe I will do the print screen of that to make it clear or clearer. Oh. So with red is 0, 1, A, B. And the market is on the way to C, which we have a geometry cluster here for flat correction. From the other side, the green one, 0, 1, A of the B, B of the B right here, and C of the B, which is the continuation of the B. Here, the blue line right here is the overbalance of the biggest correction in the previous movement, in this movement from, let's say, this AB to BB, the green one. So once the price will touch this level, it will be, let's say, the confirmation for us that the market shows the green scenario, and we can expect the movement, let's say, which should hit a new top right here. Okay, right now we are at the level of 1-to-1. It's already 100% touched. The price is actually 115, so there is 127 in front of us. So actually, we at this stage we are right now, there is still 50-50, because from one side we can say that the market would like to do the 5 waves, wave C, as a flat correction, as a wave C in the flat correction. From the other side, with one candle, they can just change the scenario from red to the green one. So actually, what we can do is just to observe, let's say, this market, just to follow the US dollar index to make sure which direction is chosen by the market. But for now, it's we cannot read any information from US dollar index. It's still 50-50. So this week or today, US dollar index is not supportive for us. So let me come back to the charts, start from the left, which is euro dollar as a first one. And what happened in the last week, the price came to the 1-to-1 with the biggest correction right here. Okay, we already created the geometry cluster. We know that this down movement created an overbalance. That's why we have 0 and 1. After that, the shape of the simple correction, which stopped at the level of 61.8. And right now, the final confirmation of this end of the correction, let's say, is an overbalance of the biggest correction, which is this bottom red line right here. Right now, the price came to the 1-to-1, and we had a temporary reaction. So I already notify you through the app that what we can expect because of the 1-to-1, of course, is after the 1-to-1, the price can go even to hit the new top, and we'll have a deep A instead of end of the correction. But the minimum and the common space between new top and the down scenario, let's say, is the biggest correction right here. So that's why I created the zone for 1-to-1 correction, and that's why Łukasz, for example, is creating the pyramid right here, because we had the first overbalance of the biggest correction right here. So if we take this movement as a separated movement from this local top right here to this local bottom, this up movement on Friday already created the overbalance of the biggest correction in the last movement, and that's why Łukasz started building the pyramid, and his target is somewhere here, let's say, around the 1-to-1. It's just a 50 pips, but if you have a proper volume, let's say 5 lots times 50 pips, it's still $2.5 thousand, which is 10% of his account, which is, let's say, acceptable from one transaction, one build transaction. I don't know if, let's say, I don't know when the price can go to there. It can happen today once we see the 1, 2, 3 white candle, or we can have a consolidation right here. We don't know. This is my expectation for now. According to the 1-to-1 and the local overbalance, they should come to the local, to the next 1-to-1 correction mark with that one. After that, we don't know. Actually, I'm negative about the market. I still think that the market will continue to fall down because in the long period of time, I guess that the US dollar index will definitely go up and hit even the previous stop. So for the long term, all of the markets related to US dollar should fall down anyway. But we are not talking about the long term. We are talking about what to play today, tomorrow, Wednesday, because on Thursday we will have another market update. So this is the 50 pips you can easily collect in the next few days. Let me know if it's clear for you. Of course, once the market will start falling down, they touch the 115 already. There is 127 below. So it's also possible that we will have a false break after the overbalance and another candle formation, which will give us another chance to buy the market again once it will still be in the 1-to-1 zone. Okay, once they will touch the overbalance, if it will happen in the next few days, then definitely it will be the final confirmation of the end of the simple correction. But this is, let's say, longer term future or middle term future. For now, we are focused on what we see, and what we can read from the market is the next 50 pips up movement. Is it clear? Let me know. Yes. Good.
Yes.
If it's clear, then let's move to the next one. This is what I have done actually on Friday or Thursday. I exited from all of the transaction already from GBP USD. I enter sell right here from the top. After that, I add the sell from this after the correction. After this movement, we had an overbalance, let's say, because this down movement created an overbalance. So I add another transaction right here after the correction, after overbalance, because of the candle formation and the level of 50%. And here I add 10 lots after the M15 candle formation and close all of my trades from GBP USD. Right now I move to the standby mode. I told you that I'm trying to close all of the transactions, so I'm focused to minimize my trading. I'm not gonna open a lot of trades till the moment I will fly to Europe. However, I cannot say for sure, because once the nice moment will come, then maybe I will open another transaction somewhere. For now, we are at the level of 1-to-1 with the biggest correction in the previous up movement. So locally as well, we can expect an up movement. We had already few candle formation right here. We had one hammer right here. After that false break and bullish engulfing, after that false break and then morning star, after that false break again right here, and the hammer and false break, and actually no, without false break right here. So according to that, somehow we can expect up movement. There is just one confirmation, which is the 1-to-1 confirmed by the candle formation on H1. There is no candle formation on H4. Actually, we can treat this pre-candle formation maybe like shark 32, and the fourth candle hit the top of the previous one. So somehow we can say that we have a candle formation as well, but this is not as strong as this candle formations we know. However, if you are looking for buy and if GBP USD is your favorite market, and if you are looking for the entry point right now, then definitely I will choose buy direction instead of sell, especially that this one-to-one zone is not so crazy big. It's just for 50 pips. If you'd like to play right now, the risk is even below 20 pips. So somehow you can treat it even as a scalping transaction here. And according to the one-to-one, of course, the market can even hit a new top, but the safe, let's say, safe range, it's at least shallow A, and after that depends when we will see the candle formation. So even if you will take the safest way to play, the safest range to play, it's still close to 3-to-1, even 2-to-1, 3-to-1. So if you are looking for the trades right now to play, then for euro dollar, for example, it's a little bit too late because no, it's not too late. It's actually the same. It's only 20 pips risks right here, 20 pips. Yes, yes. It's 20 pips here, 20 pips here. So definitely euro dollar is slower, but looks better. We have one more confirmation, which is one extra overbalance of the biggest correction right here inside of this down movement. But from the other side, GBP USD is faster. So at the end, it's up to you. Actually, I can say that both of the markets, they are ready to play buy. Clear? All right, the next one is Audi USD. Audi USD came to the biggest correction, so it's 1-to-1 with euro dollar, let's say. The thing is that just this 1-to-1 was a little bit bigger, but the range of the biggest correction right here is pretty much the same. It's also 50 pips right here, and this is the second pyramid, for example, which Łukasz started building already. Because of they touch the 1-to-1, we expect the up movement. Actually, all of the markets related to dollars should go up temporarily, so it's not that direction. We already created the zone of 1-to-1 because of the session we had on Saturday with Łukasz as well. So that's why I have everything prepared right now. The risk here as well is 20 pips. Expectation another 30 up to 50, but let's say the minimum is 30. So it's still good to play. The risk is still acceptable. Everything below 20 pips is good to trade. But if you compare risk to reward, the reward you can get to the risk you have to take, then definitely here you have 19 to 40 on GBP USD. There is 20 to 50, let's say. So here, if we compare, it's 20 to 30, it's the lowest. Okay, on Audi USD, the risk-reward ratio is the lowest, but all of the markets, they are ready to play by even at this moment. And basically speaking, to sum up, let's say all of the currencies related to dollar, actually, NZD USD fell down a little bit and created double bottom, didn't break even this bottom. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say, levels of support. According to the bigger picture, let's say you have to remember that we have an overbalance right here, and we had a nice and full shape of the simple correction as well right here. Or if you will treat it as a irregular correction with A, 3 waves B and C, that's also fine. After that, we had an overbalance of the biggest correction. So locally, even locally, we are in the downtrend. However, let's check what happened in the last movement. I guess there is no overbalance here. This is the biggest correction. So to the 1-to-1 zone, it's few more pips. Boom. Let's check the last movement. Here was the biggest correction, I guess. Let's take it. Yeah, the market already came to the 1-to-1 zone. So once they come to the 1-to-1 zone, is one extra question mark for us if they will continue to fall down or cross this one-to-one zone, touch the overbalance, go to the next one-to-one zone. However, the risk here is 20 pips expectation. Already it's one-to-one. So it's pointless to enter the market. To the biggest one-to-one, it's another 20 pips. So basically speaking, I will put this market in a standby mode zone. I don't see any chance to play right here. I mean, I will wait until they touch the one-to-one zone, and maybe if I have to, I will use short-term sell, secure myself with the stop loss if you ask me to trade right here. But if you ask me to choose one of the best market, then definitely I will say that euro dollar is number one, GBP USD number two, Audi number three, just because of the risk reward ratio. From the other side, if we talk about the liquidity of the market, then number one for me is GBP USD, after that the euro dollar, and the last one is Audi USD, and the last for me in a standby mode is NZD USD. Most probably, if the US dollar index will start falling down, the markets related to US dollar should go up. So according to this fact, NZD USD should cross this one-to-one zone and go at least to the next one. But this is just my expectation, it's not confirmed by the market. So definitely, if you don't have to trade here, I will leave this market alone and focus on one of those three currencies we already discussed. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
GUT. Nice. All right. So in front of us, the next one, and the next market is Daniel's favorite, which is the gold market. I also add the buy transaction. I have only 15 lots left right here, lower. So it's more safe. Okay, previously last week, what happened last week? We had an overbalance. After that, we had the first up movement, which we called A. After that, B. I put the B at the beginning right here. Okay, and after that, we had a C right here. And we had a nice reaction. Even Daniel entered the market right here after the shape of the flat correction. However, after they broke the bottom tonight and start creating the candle formation from H1, the idea came to me that maybe they would like to create a spinning correction, because usually, not so often, but usually, or maybe not so often, I would say often, from the flat correction, there is easy access to the speeding correction. So I'm expecting the market to go a little bit higher. Let me see when they will finish the candle formation. Right now, the candle formation will be done in the next 36 minutes. Okay, so around the time we finish the market update. So if you don't have any sell below, then I guess it's too risky to enter the market right now. I enter, as you can see, just less than half a transaction right here, just to make a few pips on this up movement. Definitely, I will not wait until they touch the geometry cluster. Most probably, I will try to find the exit point somewhere around this one-to-one, because there is a too big range for me to put the risk on the table right now. After this overbalance, there is open way for another at least 600 pips from the current price. Of course, once they will go higher, it will be over 800. And once they come finally to this geometry cluster, because most probably they will, okay, with the time, or I don't know, it's just guessing from the expectation, then it will be a very good spot to start building the pyramid and play a little bit more long term. So what I will do right here is just to measure one-to-one and put my take profit somewhere here. It is kind of the bonus for me. I treat this buy transaction as a bonus to collect an extra, let's say even 100 pips, depends how they will close this H4 candle formation. if they will take this candle down, let's say, and we will not have any H4 candle formation, then for my safety reason, it will be better for me to close this buy transaction. As I told you, this is kind of additional trade to collect few K of dollars. And that's it. So according to the rules, we shouldn't play buy right here. We are just guessing. We are trying to catch the B. Okay. It looks promising right now. That's why I sent you the notification about that. But according to the rules, we shouldn't focus right here, especially then the pyramid is showing us that after this black candle right here, we should enter sell. So this is the difference between the hedge scenario and the advanced knowledge and the pyramid. So according to our knowledge, where we are trying to catch the B, I enter buy and expect around 100 pips. According to the pyramid, I should enter sell even earlier. Maybe not earlier. No, actually right here, I should enter sell transaction and leave it. So yeah, you cannot use both in the same time because it might be weird for you after that. It's hard to choose whether to play buy as a short term or sell as a long term. Any question here, or it's clear?
Yeah, but it might look different on the different time frames, I guess, right?
Actually, if we talk about the pyramid, then to make a decision about entering as according to the pyramid,
There's no here.
only H4 is ready, was ready 3 hours ago to enter sell. For all the other time frames is already too late. We will see. Maybe I will even secure myself on zero somewhere. Yeah, okay, that's that. It looks safer right now, and after that, let them hit this take profit, which is the one-to-one with this correction in the last movement, which is AB for us. We will see. Okay, this is just the scenario. You have to remember that catching the B is risky because we are playing against the trend. Clear?
Where?
All right, so we can close the section of the markets related to US dollar. Let me go through the indices. Actually, nothing crazy happened. This is, we are still after the overbalance of the biggest correction in the last movement, which is this one. We are still in front of one. Let me measure that to double check, in front of the next one-to-one. So I told you last week, I'm not entering, I'm not touching this market until I will see the at least one-to-one. It's not so far, it's close to 1,000 pips. So it's acceptable for Dow Jones, but let's say bigger correction. We will see, it will be better for us to enter buy because it will be easier to build a pyramid. So according to the rules, what we have right here is, let's say, start counting from the top at 0, 1, after that ADA, and after that, it looks like they are at the level of 1-to-1 again. Yes. So it's hard for me to make any decision. I put this market in the standby mode. If I have to make any decision, I'm always closer to buy, especially that we have an overbalance right here, treating it in the let's say as an uptrend. And right now we are at the level of 1-to-1 with the biggest correction. We had a piercing right here. So if you are looking for any trade, the risk is 50 pips. It's not worth it, in my opinion. I suggest to wait at least for this 1-to-1. But if you like to try, then it's at the end your money. DAX, what happened here? We had a false break. So we treat this movement as a last movement. And we had an overbalance after false break. So after overbalance, we expect the market to go to the next 1-to-1, and this is the closest future for us. And again, if it's worth it to enter sell, maybe it's better to enter sell definitely here than on Dow Jones or S&P 500. But if you will treat this movement from the top as a 0 and 1, then what we have is just a deep A right here and some three waves. Maybe B if we treat this correction in the middle of this last movement as a three waves B. Then if you would like to enter the market and look for sell with the expectation of the next 1-to-1, then will be good to wait at least for the 50% and above, wait for the candle formation and secure yourself above the top. Is just 30 pips, 31, 31, yeah. And you can expect, let's say, over 100. So maybe it will be worth it to enter the market. However, as I told you already, I still prefer to wait for the end of the correction to try to catch the buy movement, up movement, and use the buy position instead of trying to enter sell. But according to the rules, we are able to find a sell spot as well. All we have to do is just to wait until the price will come here. Clear? Is anyone in the room who played the indices, by the way? I don't think so, but let me ask.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. So S&P, we can treat it as a double top, because remember that they start at the level of 1-to-1 right here, and we had the up up movement after they touch 1-to-1 level or zone, after they stopped few pips below the top, like 40 pips, fell down a little bit. So actually we should still consider this movement as an up movement. So I will say that it was kind of 0 and 1, maybe three waves deep A. However, we didn't have a candle formation on H4. We didn't have a daily candle formation. We had just H1 candle formation. And we can treat this 1-to-1 as a support. It's just a 70 pips below. So definitely it's better to think about the buy than sell right here. But if you really want to buy, then it will be good to wait for the correction of this movement right here. Let's say at least 50%, at least. So after that, after the price will touch the 50%, it will be good to wait for the candle formation. The risk here is above 100 pips right here. So I will suggest to secure yourself below the candle formation instead of putting the sell stop below the general candle formation from Friday. However, you can reduce your risk and still set your sell stop if you'd like to play here below the general local bottom. And that's it if we talk about the indices. So definitely S&P 500 looks the best from those three markets. We have uptrend definitely after the 1-to-1 they moved up. Let's say after that we had a deep test on the level of support, let's say. So it's the best for me if I have to choose one of those three. After that, actually about Dow Jones, we have nothing right now. We are after the overbalance, just and in front of the 1-to-1 there is 270 pips to the 1-to-1, 600 to the local top, local general main top, let's say. Stand by for me, and if you are looking for any transaction on DAX, I would go with sell after the correction according to the shape of the flat correction. However, if they will continue to fall down constantly and touch the 1-to-1 zone, then I will switch to buy again. Clear? Yes or yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes, good. So JPYs, hello JPYs. What happened here? We had a two geometry cluster after the overbalance in front of the next 1-to-1, and the price crossed the first one. So let me delete it. Cross a little bit the second one. However, we are on the way to create H4 candle formation. We didn't have the candle formation on the level of 50%. The price just crossed this line. And right now we didn't have H1 even. Oh no, we had H1 at the level of 61.8 on Friday, or it was today. It was today night. And right now, within 23 minutes, we will have, I guess, H4 candle formation, which is a nice confirmation for us. Risk below 30 pips, target over 200. So it's like 8-1, 7-1 at least. It's worth it to enter the market right here. It's a good spot to look for sell transaction if you don't know, if you don't have any other transaction, if you still have a space on your account. Okay. Of course, after the H4 as a stronger confirmation, or according to H1, it's already ready to play. And basically that's it. We have a nice shape of the spinning correction. We have an overbalance behind us. Of course, we don't have the final confirmation because the final of the final confirmation will be overbalance of the biggest correction inside of the last wave C. But for that, we have to wait almost the half movement to the cluster, to the next 1-to-1, let's say. So I guess because of the fact that the risk is below 30 pips, it's worth it to enter the market right now, because as you can see, the overbalance is here. So it's already the halfway. To the top, it's 120, and to the next 1-to-1 is 140. It will be already too late. After that, you have to wait for the correction, but this is a swing market, so the price can go with just the one swing to the next to break the bottom, let's say. For me, it's a very good spot to enter. One of the best today, if we're talking about playing right here, right now. Okay, after that, we zoom up everything, but this market definitely looks good. Second one, similar shape. Let's see what happened. Same story. As you can see, 61.8 and 100%. Geometry cluster touched as well. Shape of this candle formation looks a little bit worse. However, let's check the H1. On H1, we have a false break confirmed by the H1 shooting star. It's still good. Risk is even lower. Let me see the profit. Risk is below 20 pips. Expectation over 240, 10-1, 11-1, or even 12-1. At the end, the choice is yours. When the H4 will close in this shape, comparing to USD JPY, Euro JPY, then definitely Euro JPY looks better. In this case, if you focus on H1 only, then definitely GBP JPY looks better, just because the risk is smaller and the expectation is pretty much the same, above 200 pips. So after that, the choice is yours. Of course, H4 is stronger than H1. So once the candle formation will close like this, I would go with Euro JPY. However, GBP JPY will definitely go faster, because GBP in general is faster than Euro. And USD, my favorite, I told you. Every time I enter the market, the price is going opposite direction. And as you can see, it happened again. It's like another confirmation for me that I shouldn't play this market. However, it was kind of greed. I wanted to, remake the money I lost, so that's why I entered this market. I don't know what means this total. Maybe they are taking the total loss from the account, but I'm not sure because I closed every, for example, transaction on GBP USD and my total is still like 50,000 and it's changing. I don't know even why. I don't have any transaction on GBP USD, or maybe because of the fact that spread is moving. So I don't know, because they put some update on the indicators, and as you can see, it's one line more here. Okay, come back here. What happened? Let me turn off this indicator. What we have here, oh, I should secure myself above the top right now. And what? Last week, we had an overbalance right here, and after that, we have a correction. Can we treat it as a simple correction? Somehow, yes. Okay, like A, which touched the shallow A, B, or B even here as a flat correction, and C, which touched as a first thing. That's why I entered the market. The 50% right here, according to the shooting star. After that, they touched the level of 50 without the candle formation, went up a little bit to touch the 61.8, which is still acceptable for us. For the shape of the correction, I want them to fall down a little bit. I will not wait until the price will go to the next one-to-one when I have my take profit. Most probably, I will close this transaction faster, just to close and forget about this market. Even delete it from my markets, just to mention it every Monday on the market update session. But this is how I see the market. Definitely, the best is Euro JPY according to H4. After that, GBP JPY, and the last is USD JPY. If we talk about H1, then definitely GBP JPY is the first number one for me. After that, Euro JPY, and the last is USD JPY. But all of them, more or less, they are ready to play sell immediately. Okay, after 17 minutes, we will have another candle formation, which is H4 candle formation. But anyway, we can play according to H1 right now. Is it clear? Any questions? Let me know.
No.
No question, it's clear. All right. So let me have a look for the last two. USD CAD is the first one. USD CAD touched the level of 1-to-1 right here. This up movement created the overbalance of the biggest correction in the last movement. So according to that fact, somehow we can expect the price to hit this top. And remember that above the top, just few pips, there is another geometric cluster. It's just 20 pips above. And it looks like, according to what we see right here, that somehow the market would like to go to touch the second cluster, because they stopped at the level of 1-to-1, and we had a strong reaction. The same we already had somewhere here or here. Again, the price touched the level of 1-to-1, and we had a strong reaction as well. So as you can see, there is no power right here. There is false break right here. It was the top after the double top, triple. No, it was just a false break right here. After that, another top, another false break, another top, another false break. So somehow we see that there is no power here. However, according to the rules, according to the current situation, they are still at the level of 1-to-1. So we can consider that the price can go to hit, would like to go to hit the top and finally touch the second geometric cluster right here. I would say that because of this strong up movement, I will stay away, let's say, from this market. However, if you would like to follow the trend or follow the local movement, it looks like a shape of the speeding correction. So somehow you can create a geometric cluster, and as you can see, it's 100% and the 50% blue and red, and after that 127 and 61.8. So if you'd like to follow the trend, then definitely wait for the correction and play buy again. But generally speaking, I'm negative about the USD CAD. I'm not buying here. I'm looking only for the spot to sell. So I'm staying away from the market. What I will wait for is two options. Option number one is a new top and the geometric cluster, or the second is the final overbalance of the biggest correction in the last movement, which is that one, and correction after the overbalance, because after that I will have the open road to the next one, which is over 500 pips. It's still not extremely big comparing to the other market, but somehow acceptable, especially if you'd like to play with the smaller risk, because Canadian dollar is weaker than US dollar. For now, if we have to name it, I will put the 0 right here, after that 1 or 1 right here, doesn't matter, A, B, and I will wait for C. Playing sell right now, it would be kind of catching the B. The risk is 30 pips. So if you would like to catch the B on USD CAD, definitely I suggest to play some of the JPY, because the risk is similar and the expectation is better, bigger. And the last is Euro AUD. Euro AUD, which came to the level of 50%. This movement is an overbalance. After that, we can treat this up movement, even if they didn't touch the shallow A, as an A. After that, B and C, which is the final shape of the simple correction. And right now, the price touched the 50%, create the H1 candle formation, deeply tested it tonight, and tested again. So we have evening star, shooting star, shooting star. I would go with sell. Risk is low, below 40 pips times 0.6, because it's also weaker than dollar. 40 times 0.6, it's $24 playing 0.1. So not bad. So the market is again ready to play sell. Expectation, of course, new bottom connected with the 1-to-1. So the target is at the level of plus minus 150 pips. And basically that's it, guys. So let me know if it's clear. Let me zoom up. Definitely Euro AUD is ready to play right now. So this is the first market. I would suggest to put or keep the USD CAD in the standby mode. If you really want to play, wait just until the price will touch this geometric cluster, one on another. So it's standby mode for me. USD JPY, I would suggest standby mode, because this H4, of course, there is H1. So according to H1, the market is ready to sell with the risk of 20 pips. According to the H4, there is no H4 candle formation yet. So from my experience, I would say it's better to put it in the standby mode, because definitely GBP, JPY, it's better to play according to H1. The situation is clearer. There is overbalance, shape of the simple correction. I would go with this one. So the market is ready to play. Euro, JPY. From now, we don't have H4 candle formation, but we have another 10 minutes. You can play according to H1. Another market ready to play. So this is the third one. S&P 500, no space to play. If you'd like to play, just wait for the deeper correction. DAX, after you see the candle formation M15, you can try to sell, but it's still not ready to play. Dow Jones, same story. Gold market, if you don't have transaction lower, then it's better to leave it in the standby mode, wait for the geometry cluster to start selling. If you have the transaction below, then it's kind of support, as I did, to support my sell and make few pips here. NZD/USD, it's already close to 1-to-1 standby mode. AUD/USD ready to play. GBP/USD ready to play, and Euro/Dollar ready to play right now. And that's it. If we talk about today's market update, let me know if you have some question. Okay, I would like to do small changes for Tuesday, because there are a few new people here, but not everyone has a question about the MT5, so I don't know if we can cancel the Tuesday live call or not. So instead of having MT5 session connected with MT5 tools, I will do on Tuesday open room. So I will be in the room if someone has any question, doesn't matter what kind of question, about the market, about the measurements, about the technical stuff. I will be in the room until the last question, approximately not more than 1 hour to answer this question, okay? So feel free, if you'd like to come and ask some question in Polish, that's fine. It will be kind of the one-to-one session inside of the group session. Depends how many questions we'll have. And because of the fact that I will do it, this Tuesday calls should be approximately around 9:20, 9:30, because at 9 a.m. I have my statute in a game, so I cannot change the hours there. So here we will start on 9:30, around 9:30 on Tuesday. So let's practice this way. It will be, let's see how many questions, how many people will be in the room, and how many questions, what kind of question they will have. Okay? All right, guys. So I guess that's it. We had a fast update because the market is pretty clear. Market is just following up our scenarios from the last week. So I wish them to follow the scenario to the end. And after that, we will see. So for now, have a good day and see you tomorrow in the open room at 9:30. Bye-bye.